everybody, welcome back. This is the JR Wisdom channel. I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again to one of my videos. If you don't mind, afterwards, if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment, subscribe if you feel like it'll be helpful to yourself or anyone else, by all means. So let's jump right into it. I just wanted to do this video based off my previous video, which I'll link at the end. 10 things that I personally do to raise my frequency, raise my vibration, so on and so forth. And like I said, this is some things that I've been working on, that I've come across, that have helped me out and pretty much have helped me out throughout my life. I just came to, basically combine it all together into 10 things. A lot of these that I'll get into, they kind of relate to others, but I decided to just separate them into 10. So let's just jump right into it. So the first one is your environment. That's the first thing that you need to change up. If you're surrounded by negativity, when I say negativity, that means people, the internet, just a hostile environment overall that causes you to not feel as good as you should. Now, a lot of you may be in relationships, or you may be even living with someone where it's kind of hard to get away, and you're trying to be positive, or you're trying to maintain a high vibration in this environment, but these people, the environment overall is bringing you down. So this is something, if you can help it, to try and separate yourself or try to distance yourself or spend as little time as possible with in that environment or with that person. If you're in a relationship and you're not living with the person, I guess it's easier said than done, but it's easier to end a relationship when you're not living with someone. So just food for thought. So just keep that in mind. Arguing, same thing with arguing. That's a part of your environment as well. Social media. A lot of us jump on social media first thing in the morning, and we immediately, like before our feet even touch the ground, we look at our phone and we're seeing a lot of negativity, a lot of conflicting things that tend to make us feel a certain way or lower our vibration, or it kind of not forces you, but you want to participate in it. And whatever you observe, you actually participate in. There's a difference between feeling good and happiness. And I just wanted to touch on that. Your emotions is a direct correlation of your vibration at that point, if that makes any sense. Your happiness can only be obtained within the present. It can't be in the future. And I'm sorry if I'm carrying this a little bit, but I just wanted to harp on number one because it's so important. Your happiness can only be obtained in the future. Let me stop that. Your happiness can only be obtained in the present. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm not going to edit that out. So your happiness can only be obtained in the present, not the future. The future basically is something that you're hoping for. That'll change your mood. There's nothing wrong with thinking positive thoughts, and whether that is something that's going to happen in the future to you. But as far as your happiness can only be in the present. It's not in the future. The future is going to come eventually, and then at that point, that's when you'll be happy. It's not lying in the future. It's right now, and you have the ability to cultivate that with your thoughts. So anyway, number 2 is exercise. For those of you who may already be exercising, and for those of you who don't, if you don't really exercise, whether it be something as much as a walk, doing calisthenics, things like that, you'll notice after a good workout how great you feel after exerting yourself. And it should be something that you enjoy. A walk, for the most part, it's not that strenuous, but you get a chance to observe a lot of things, to clear your mind, so on and so forth. And this exercising correlates with another one that I'll get into later. But it's so important to exercise. It gets those endorphins released, so on and so forth. This is a scientific fact. So whether you believe it or not, just try it out. Incorporate some type of exercise every day, and you'll feel a whole lot better. It works for me. I try to get out and walk at least an hour to 2 hours a day. So that's something that I do personally. Number 3 is actually observing your thoughts instead of reacting to them. Things happen, especially to me on a daily basis, where I just get super pissed off, and I tend to get angry about certain things, but then I just have to chill and just observe it and let it flow instead of actually trying to resist it. You have to look at it from a third person standpoint as far as what's actually happening. Whether someone's trying to get you out of character, somebody's trying to bait you, or you just don't like something that you see. Instead of immediately reacting with an emotional response, which gets a lot of people in trouble, gets them in jail time, gets them fired, etc. Just observe what's going on and let it flow, and you have the ability to think about something positive to change your mood in that manner. And that's what I tend to work on, because I tend to get frustrated easily. So I'll just sit back and observe what's actually going on instead of reacting, and that helps out a lot. So number 4, I kind of touched on already, which went along with the environment, the environment that I was talking about, is actually living in the moment. And I've discussed it earlier. Happiness is only in the present; it's not in the future. Number 4, kind of, like I said, it piggybacks off of the first one with the environment, but I figured I'd go ahead and name it. Your happiness is in the moment; it's in the present; it's not in the future. Can't harp on that enough. I already discussed that one. So 5, cleanliness, or taking a bath or a shower, or even going to the beach, which is something. I live near the coast, so I can do that. Or if you're inland or live near a lake, or if everybody pretty much has access to a shower or a bath. You notice how you feel so much better, especially before you're about to go to sleep. You take a shower, you take a bath, and then you just crash or veg out, as they say, for the rest of the evening. Water and light is the closest thing to the frequency of God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, the source. So you notice after a shower or a bath how you just feel so much better. Like for me, I have a little stool, and I actually sit down in the shower, with the lights off, and I just have my head down and just relax and just let the water come over me. And I've been doing that for years. I've been doing that probably since I was a teenager, and I've always enjoyed it. And now I know why. Water and light is both, one of those things. So number 6 is basically nature. We are people. We live on this beautiful earth. Just getting out, and this correlates to number 1 with the environment, just getting out into nature, whether that be in the woods, whether that be walking, whether that be just walking down the street, or like what I tend to do, I try to get in about 6 miles every day, 3 miles out, 3 miles back, and just walking, sun gazing, if you will, or just absorbing the sun, just hearing all the animals, the birds of nature, supposedly, for lack of a better term, that just the breeze, the rain that comes about, which is a whole other different thing that I'll probably touch on in another video, is actually being in the rain, because it's coming from the sky, but I'll get on to that. Being out in nature, it just changes your whole vibe. If you whether you're out on the beach, walking on the beach is a great thing for me as well. I just love walking on the beach, or just relaxing in the sand. That's another one. So the next one, which is number 7, is just driving. If you have a vehicle, if you have a bike or whatever, but me, I tend to just like driving, just getting in my car, just vibing, whether it be music or no music, which is the next one I'll get into. Just quietly riding with the windows down, or on my motorcycle, either or. No music, just taking in the breeze, nature, and it's just something about just riding and coasting that it just brings a peace to you. Well, at least like I said, this is all about what works for me. So hopefully you try this out as well. So just try it. Same thing on a motorcycle. It's more I'm not as enclosed, obviously, on a motorcycle than I would be in my car. So it just brings another piece to me by riding on my motorcycle. Same thing in the car with the windows down. So the next one is actually music. That's without being said. Everybody has a favorite song, or for those of you who work out and do chores around the house or just riding, your spirits just get uplifted, your vibration just raises just by listening to certain type of music. Now, I'm not going to exactly get into the hertz situation. You guys can look that up also. I'll do another video. 432 hertz, and you can find it on YouTube. That music is the universal music of the earth, of the universe. It's supposedly the heartbeat of the earth, of the universe. So a lot of musicians have tuned their music to 432 hertz. Just look it up whenever you get a chance. I try to fall asleep to that as well. I'll have it turned on. There are several videos and music of that, even while you're working on something, just to have that playing, and you'll notice it'll change your vibration. So number 9, this is one I've spoken about previously, but I really didn't start practicing it till about 3 years ago, and I noticed how much of a change it makes is actually smiling, right? Even if you're sitting by yourself and you're feeling bad or you're feeling down, just start smiling and you'll notice it's weird. It just changes your entire frequency or your vibration at that point just by smiling. And you could be having a horrible day, just smiling at other people, it will raise their vibration. It's also considered charity by some, by you smiling at someone else. And it's just one of those things that I just noticed. That's the first thing I tend to go to, is just to smile or laugh something off. I remember, and I'm gonna give this quick story. Before I became self-employed in the position that I'm in now, full-time realtor, along with financial coach, amongst other things, I used to work for AT&T outside in the South Carolina heat, especially like right now. It could be on any given day during the summer with the heat index, it could be well over 100 degrees. And I'd be out there with this 45, 50 pound hand tool, digging little trenches to bury wire in. And I would repeat to myself, it's gotta be something better. It's gotta be something better for me. And I would just start smiling and laughing because of the position that I was in. I was out here in this situation, but I knew in my mind that I deserved, personally, I felt I deserved better. So I would just laugh about the situation and think about the future, where I would be. And I would just feel so much better just by laughing. And even you could ask some of my coworkers, they'd be like, man, what's wrong with you? And I would just be laughing. I was like, this is crazy. And I would explain what I just explained just now. And it makes a difference, trust me. Smiling more, that's one of the social skills also that I talk about on some of my other videos. So try it out. You'll notice a huge difference. So the last one, number 10, I've done a video on this in the past, is just helping people. Helping someone out, giving someone advice, helping them with a task or a chore, or just some sort of charity. Just helping someone without advertising it. You'll notice how good it makes you feel just by, even if you find it to be something trivial, it may be something major to them. So be a blessing to other people, help them out. So with that being said, I wanted to leave off, those are 10 things that I do personally. I'm pretty sure there's more, but this is what personally helps me out to raise my vibration. Basically, anything that disrupts your peace overall, you need to eliminate it from your life if it's possible. And I can't harp on that enough for you guys. So with that being said, I'm sorry that I was so long-winded on this video, but I wanted to get it all out. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If this has been helpful to you, or you like the content, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Feel like it'll be helpful to someone else, make sure you guys share it as well. And comment on what helps you raise your vibration, so on and so forth. And once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Peace be upon you and the mercy and blessings of the Almighty, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.